everybody, it's Grant, and today I'm going to be showing you how to find that perfect location for your new business where it sells that good or service you've always wanted to do. In today's video, I'm going to show you two examples on shopping centers on what you would do with some demographics and a ton of other tips. The first one is going to be this one right behind me. I've watched this thing get built from the ground up, and now it's nearly fully rented. And I'm also going to show you another example of a shopping center that's very near and dear to me, and I know you're going to get a ton out of it. Let's get into it. So in today's video, we're going to talk about not only demographics, we're going to talk about location, we're going to talk about finding that right city for you and your new business. And we're also going to talk about accessibility. We're going to talk about how much traffic goes in that particular area you're trying to put your business. This video is going to be jam-packed with a ton of knowledge and a ton of experience from me that's going to help you with your new business and your new location. So the first thing after you pick the city that you're actually going to be putting your new business in, I'm actually going to link this video in the description. It just goes into detail on trying to find that right city. So if it's something you'd like to look at, check it out. But after you do that, you're going to go to that area and you're going to physically start driving around and seeing what's up, where everybody is. You're going to get a printout of all the big businesses in that area, and you're going to make sure that you go stop over there and see how they are doing. The next thing that you need to understand is the demographic changes every mile that you drive in that city or town that you're looking to put your new concept in. So do not look at the city's demographics. Look at certain specific areas' demographics, especially in a place like we are right now, Houston, Texas. Every 3 miles, some craziness really changes. You can go from $75,000 a household to $225,000 a household just because you moved a mile down the street. And you gotta make sure you're rerunning your demographics every time you look at a new area. Another rookie mistake or common misconception is, wow, there's not this type of product or service in that area, so it must not be good for this area. Or there is a product or service in this area that's like what I'm about to do, and I know it's gonna work because they're here. Just because something is or isn't in a place does not mean it will or will not work. Be careful with this. Just because there's a Jamba Juice doesn't mean that that location is going to do great if you put something else like a Main Squeeze near it. In the event that there's a Planet Fitness somewhere, it doesn't mean that it's going to boom if you put your Project Fit right next to it. So watch out for this. Make sure you do your own research. Make sure that you know when you get into business, it's war, and you want to make sure you give your best opportunity for success, like I've said several times in this video, by making sure those demographics are right and you pick the right location and not worry about really what everyone else thinks. So the next thing I'm gonna talk to you about in this video is actually the demographic. And that way you can see what I'm really talking about and what you need it to look like when you get with that agent or whoever's gonna lease you the space. So I also will give you a pro tip here. Always go with an agent. It doesn't cost you a dime to actually get that agent to do that. You have somebody that has your back. You have somebody that's going to make sure you know the right ins and outs of the area. They're going to be very familiar with the area, and they're not the landlord. Of course, the landlord wants to rent you the space. They're going to give you a better deal without the agent, but truth be told, they'll give you the exact same deal with the agent because they're used to paying the fee. All right, so this is my actual demographics. You're going to see them here on the screen, but right here it says 3 mile radius, 70,000 people. 5 mile radius, 184,000 people. 10 mile radius is actually 680,000 people, and it shows you projected population that's going to be growing. So you want to be in an area that's upcoming, it's growing. Another thing to look at, average household income. So in that 3 mile radius with that 70,000 people, I have $130,000 of household income in those houses. When you go to 5 miles, it's going to dilute it more. More people, it's going to bring your averages down, right? Not everybody makes a ton of money a year, so it's going to always average out. So in that 184,000 people, they actually make $117,427. And when you go to the 10 mile radius, they're still well above $100,000 a year, which is very good. This is a very solid area that is going to produce a great demographic for your business. They have that disposable income. So the population is there. The income is there. Let's see a few more things to see if it's the right place for us. So another solid thing for you to look at is the daytime population. You want to make sure people don't just live there. It's not just a cul-de-sac or a suburb. So understand daytime demographic is super key because you want to make sure people actually work in the area that you have your service or product. So for instance, this daytime population is actually 35,690, and then actually when you go into, that's the 3 mile, when you go into the 5 mile, it's 90,000, and when you go into the 10 mile, it's 426,000. So this is a place where not only people live and they like to sleep, but they also work during the day. So that's actually a solid population for what your business or service would need to be able to sell and thrive. And the last thing I would look at, aside from driving around with your real estate agent and having a map of all the businesses in the area so you can kind of check out what's going on over there, but the last thing I would look at is this right here. Monthly household consumer expenditures. You can see as a group how much everybody's spending on things that are similar to your product and service. And this whole packet actually comes from my agent. So if I don't find a place, he doesn't get paid and I don't spend any money, and I get a lot of great useful tools to make sure I'm making that right decision for a business to not become a statistic and to actually be something that's going to last for many, many years to come. So now that we have our plan together of how to find our business and how to find that location and how to make sure the demographics work, let's talk about ease of access, visibility, and just how easy is it to actually find, right? So you want to make sure, are you in a certain area that's up and coming? Are you in an established area? Are you in a town center? So for instance, this shopping center is very nice. It's in the exact demographics that I just showed you. Population's there, everything's there. But let's see how easy it is to get in and out of it. It's beautiful, it looks great, it's filling up, but it's on Highway 6 with a traffic count of 56,000 cars a day. So that demographic is super strong to be on Highway 6 with all that traffic. However, there's not a red light. So I have already done this a few times. I'm gonna see how it goes today, and chances are it's not gonna go very good. So here we are on Highway 6. Now understand, this has a huge, huge traffic count of 56,000 cars per day. All that being said, I'm gonna show you to the next location, and it's got a red light. It's got everything that you could possibly want. The same traffic count on the same street, just literally 0.5 miles down the road. And I think you're gonna see a big difference. So right now you're seeing Highway 6 on Sunday at 6:30. So the traffic kind of picked up as soon as we pulled out. Might have just been a little fortunate, but people are zooming past us. They're going to their homes. They're tired. They're done with Sunday fun day. And to put that in perspective, where I live in Lake Charles, Louisiana, our traffic count on our interstate is only 42,000 cars a day. That's a main highway. So, you know, it's a big difference. So let me show you right here why this one matters. So this is actually the shopping center you've seen in many videos for me. I purchased it. It's where my newest main squeeze is. And I think you've either seen that video or you're going to. If you haven't, link in the description below. But right here we have a red light. So now, not only do I have a way to be able to get in and out of my actual store or shopping center or place that I'm gonna put my good or service, but I'm also gonna have this business card where while I sit here at this red light and I look to my left, or if I'm on the other side and I look to my right, I'll be able to see my business. So if literally 56,000 people come here, how many people are stopped at this red light every day? 15 to 18,000, I would assume. So basically, if 7,000 people are stuck at this red light every single day, they're gonna look to the left, or if I'm on the other side, look to the right and see my business. So it works out great. I have ease of access to it. So let's go ahead and see a little bit more things about this to see if it checks all the boxes. So I will tell you, this shopping center has less parking than the other one does. There's a lot of businesses here, and they tend to use these spots in the front because they don't have a lot of places to park in the back. So it's really tight when it comes to parking. But when it comes to ease of access, that right location, you got the big traffic count, you got the population, and you have that red light that allows people to, one, sit there and see your stuff, and two, be able to actually come and visit your actual place of business that does your good or service. So all that being said, I'm pretty sure I've given you a ton of information to show you how to make sure you find that right location for you and your business. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, please consider subscribing, and I hope you'll be staying tuned because we got a ton of really good content coming for you real soon. See you later.